Alright guys, we're working on the bed today. The problem I had is after I put the flip kit in, it lowered way more than I wanted it to actually. And over here, my fender gap on this side was actually like down here. So when I had the 20s on, the 20s are actually inside here, so it wasn't a big deal. But when I've got my drag radials on, you know, these are 325/50 15s, and the wheels that are on it, they came on the truck. They're 10-inch wide wheels, but they've got, you know, they've got about an inch too much, or wait, an inch too little back spacing. I think I've got about an inch on the inside, but with these big huge wide tires on them, they stick out a little bit past the fender. So I was having a rubbing issue, obviously. Now the problem was actually in the bed. This whole time I've been thinking about this all the wrong way. What I've been thinking about is, you know, how do I get my rear end raised back up an inch? It turns out I didn't need to raise the rear end, I just need to raise the bed. You can see this side now, that gap's pretty good too. The problem was, there's supposed to be wood in here, and the wood is actually used as a spacer at the front. So what was going on is I had the bed mounted straight down to this, and that was actually causing the front of the bed, you know, it was causing the bed to be angled like this towards the cab. So what I did is I went out and I bought a 8-foot long 1x, what was this, 1x6? What was it, Skylar?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a 1x6. So I bought a 1x6, brought it in here. It was too fat. It wouldn't fit in there. So my uncle has like a portable sawmill type setup at his house. So I took that board over there and he shaved it down to 3/4 of an inch, which is exactly what these boards are supposed to be. And we cut it in half. I'm going to tell you why we cut it in half in a minute. But so I was able to slide it under here and bolt it to this, and we're going to, of course, bolt it to these braces here in the front. But the reason I didn't just leave it, because a lot of you guys are probably saying, why didn't you just leave it a 1x6 and then get you some more? Because I'm not putting a wood bed in here. I have a sheet of aluminum right here, and it's the right length. It's just a little too wide. And you know, if it would have been wide enough, I was actually going to slip it under here and just use spacers. But it's not quite wide enough to go all the way across the bed. What it is wide enough to do, if I cut it down, is go from the edge of this rail here all the way to the edge of this rail. I've just got to cut about a 1/2 inch off of it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get a new cross brace. This old cross brace, somebody had cut it off where they had these, you know, these ghetto rigged shackles, redneck shackles, whatever you want to call them. But they came up so far they had to cut this off to clear them. We're using stock shackles now, so we don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna get a new cross brace here, and we're gonna cut up another one of these boards to make cross pieces out of wood, just as an insulator. And this is treated lumber, by the way, guys. We're gonna cut that piece of aluminum, and it's thick aluminum. I think it's about a 1/4 inch thick. I mean, it's pretty heavy duty. We're going to cut that aluminum, we're going to lay it on here, we're going to bolt the aluminum to this wood that's sticking out. So that's why I wanted the wood in there instead of just using spacers under the bed. So we'll have a bed in here soon. Now we don't really need the bed in here because we have, you know, we've got the retractable bed cover. But I want the bed in here, that way, you know, I'm going to get the 20s fixed and put back on. That way when we go to the drag strip, I can just throw these guys in the back, put them on when I get to the drag strip, whatever. You know, that's why I want a bed in there, because, I mean, I'm not going to be hauling garbage or anything, but I do need to haul stuff. I also need a place to mount my nitrous bottle. I think I've said before, I plan on eventually going turbo with this. Yeah, I didn't tell you that, did I? Yeah, we're going to turbocharge it. But until that time, I'm going to be using nitrous, so I need a place to mount my nitrous bottle back here. You can see the the feed line I've got zip tied down. So we're probably going to mount the nitrous bottle up there somewhere. But anyway, that's what I got going on. We haven't bolted it down to the front yet. I thought I'd be able to use the same length bolts all the way down, but I'm gonna have to go buy a little bit longer bolt for those 4 up there for the braces, because by the time it goes through that, through the wood and through the brace, I just, there's not enough there for me to screw anything onto. So we're gonna make a trip to Lowe's, and we'll be back. Me and my boy Skylar here, we're just checking some stuff out. So, you know, I added this box, which weighed about 70 pounds, this retractable bed liner, but you know, I really want this truck to be as light as possible. I really like the look of a wood bed. So we decided to do a little experiment, didn't we?
Yeah.
What we wanted to do is see what would be lighter. You know, that thick sheet of aluminum, or enough of these boards to go across the bed. And here's what we found out. We brought out our bathroom scale here. We weighed the sheet of aluminum. That sheet of aluminum weighed, what was it, 65? 65 pounds exactly for that sheet of aluminum. You figure by the time we trim it to fit, we might lose a ½ pound or a pound, not much. But here's what surprised me. I have this treated, oh, something else too is it's going to be cut off right here. So that's even more. Okay guys, yeah. I really like the way a wood bed looks, and I would like to go with a wood bed, but I'm trying to save weight, which is why I was going to go with the aluminum. Turns out that's actually going to weigh more. We weighed this this 1x6 here, and this 1x6, it's an 8 foot long, I think, 1x6. It ended up weighing 9.5 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, good thing my son can do math, because I sure as hell can't. But anyway, are you smarter than what are you, 7th grader? Yeah, are you smarter than a 7th grader? I'm not. Times 8. 72?
72.
Okay, so that's 72 pounds. So initially you would think the wood would weigh more, but here's the kicker. Okay, this will not fit. We have to shave a 1/4 inch off this board all the way down. That's going to take about a pound off each one of the boards. Then, this is an 8 foot long board, guys. We got to cut a whole foot off of this board to make it fit in this bed. So you figure, I mean, that's going to get rid of at least another pound. If this thing weighs 9.5 pounds, it's 8 feet long. I mean, that's over a pound a foot. So if we're cutting a foot off of it, that means it's only going to weigh probably around 7 pounds. Then we're shaving a 1/4 inch off of the entire surface of the board to make it the same thickness as these, to make it 3/4 of an inch instead of an inch. Guys, by the time this is over with, the wood bed is going to end up weighing in around, I'm not actually doing the math, but I'm guesstimating around 50 pounds. Okay, so 50 pounds to put wood in this bed versus 65 pounds to put that aluminum in there. We got some planning to do, because I think we are going to end up with a wood bed.